Hi students, in this video we are going to see direct and indirect speech. What is direct speech? Reporting the message of the speaker in the exact words as spoken by him is direct speech. Example, Maya said, I am busy now. I am busy now is the dialogue spoken by Maya and it is given here directly as Maya spoke. Okay, we have two parts here. In direct speech there are two parts. One is reporting part. Maya said is the reporting part and I am busy now is reported part. The verb said in the reporting part is called a reporting verb and the verb am in the reported part is called reported verb. So here Maya said I am busy now is a direct speech sentence. What is indirect speech? Reporting the message of the speaker in our own words is indirect speech. Look at the example. Maya said that she was busy then. In direct speech we saw that there were two parts. One is reporting part and another one is reported part. Here those two parts are combined using a connector that. Maya said that she was busy then. Here said is reporting verb and was is reported verb. Maya said that she was busy then is the indirect speech. Rules for converting direct into indirect speech. To change a sentence of direct speech into indirect speech, there are various factors that are considered such as reporting verbs, models, time, place, pronouns, tenses, etc. Rule 1. Reporting verb. When the reporting verb of direct speech is in past tense, then all the present tenses are changed to the corresponding past tense in indirect speech. Look at the example. Direct speech. She said, I am happy. Here which is reporting verb? Said. This is past tense. Since this reporting verb is past tense, the reported verb inside the quotation will also be changed into past tense. Okay. So the indirect speech sentence is she said that she was happy. Am is changing into was, past tense. Why? Because the reporting verb said is past tense and that's why the reported verb also changes into past tense. In indirect speech, tenses do not change if the words used in the reported part talks of a habitual action or universal truth. Yes, previously we saw that if the reporting verb is past tense, the reported verb also will be changing into past tense when we convert the sentence from a direct speech into indirect speech. But here the rule is, in indirect speech, tenses do not change when if the words used in the reported part talks of a habitual action or universal truth. Look at the example. Direct speech sentence. He said, we cannot live without air. Here, the reported part, we cannot live without air, is a universal truth. And so, it is not changing. The verb cannot live is not changing. It remains unchanged in the indirect speech also. So, the indirect speech sentence is, he said that we cannot live without air. Next point, the tenses of direct speech do not change if the reporting verb is in the present tense or future tense. Yes, if the reporting verb is in the present tense or future tense, the tenses of the direct speech in the reported part will not be changed. Look at the example, direct speech. She says, I am going. Here, the reporting verb says is present tense. And so, the reported verb am going should not be changed in indirect speech. Okay. Am agrees with the subject I and here in the indirect speech, is agrees with the subject she. But both are present tense. So, the indirect speech sentence is, she says that she is going. Since the reporting verb is present tense, the reported verb is not changed in indirect speech. Look at the next example. Direct speech. She will say, I am going. Here, will say is future tense. According to this rule, if we have the reporting verb as future tense, the reported verb should not be changed. So, it remains unchanged in the indirect speech. She will say that she is going. Am agrees with the subject I in direct speech and is agrees with the subject she in the indirect speech. But both are present continuous. It is not changing because the reporting verb is future tense. Next, rule 2. Present tense. Present perfect changes to past perfect. Yes, if our reporting verb is in the past form, the reported verb also should be changed into the corresponding form of past tense. Look at the example, direct speech. I have been to Boston, she told me. Here, the first part is reported part and the second part is reporting part. The reporting verb is told, that is past tense. And so, the reported verb also should be changed into the corresponding past form. So, the indirect speech is, she told me that she had been to Boston. Past form of have been is had been. And in the question, we have the reporting part as the second part. But when we change it into indirect speech, we should begin the sentence with the reporting part only. So, we bring that part to the first part. She told me that she had been to Boston. And look at the second example, direct speech. She said she has finished her homework. Here, said is the reporting verb. It is past tense. And so, the reported verb has finished also should be changed into the past form. So, indirect speech is, she said that she had finished her homework. Has finished is present perfect and had finished is past perfect. Present continuous changes to past continuous. Example, direct speech. I am playing the guitar. She explained. Here, I am playing is present continuous and this is changing into past continuous was playing in indirect speech. So, what is indirect speech? It is, she explained that she was playing the guitar. Next, simple present changes to simple past. Example, direct speech. I am unwell, she said. Here, the reported verb am is simple present tense and this changes to was. That is simple past tense in indirect speech. So, indirect speech is, she said that she was unwell. And listen to the next example, direct speech. Kumar said to me, my bicycle looks better than yours. Here, looks is the simple present tense and this changes to looked in the indirect speech. And the reporting verb said to changes to told. We have used the connector that. My bicycle changes to his bicycle. Yours changes to mine. So, you must listen to all these changes. The verb looks changes to looked. Simple present changes to simple past. So, the indirect speech sentence is, Kumar told me that his bicycle looked better than mine. Rule 3. Past tense and future tense. In this rule, we are going to see how simple past tense and the future tense changes in the indirect speech. Okay, first we shall see how simple past changes. Simple past changes to past perfect. Look at the example, direct speech. She said, Irwin arrived on Sunday. Here, in the reported part, the verb is arrived. It is simple past tense. It changes into had arrived. that is past perfect. Okay, so simple past tense changes to past perfect tense. Indirect speech is she said that Irwin had arrived on Sunday. Look at the next example. Direct speech. Mani said to the teacher, I was absent yesterday. Here the reported verb was is simple past tense. It changes into had been, that is past perfect tense in indirect speech. So the indirect speech sentence is Mani told the teacher that he had been absent the previous day. So simple past tense changes into past perfect tense. In the same way, past continuous changes to past perfect continuous. Look at the direct speech sentence. We were playing basketball, they told me. Here the reported verb were playing is past continuous and this changes to past perfect continuous. Look at the indirect speech sentence. They told me that they had been playing basketball. Here had been playing is past perfect continuous tense. Okay, past continuous changes to past perfect continuous.